Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. In this video, we're going to be discussing Severus Snape, Professor Quirrell, Lord Voldemort, and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, if we go back to the Sorcerer's Stone, you'll remember that it was Quirrell's first year teaching as a defense against the dark arts professor. His posting in this position was questionable, given his incompetency and meek demeanour. Snape immediately gives Quirrell a hard time, and he's not discreet about it. Even the students notice, suspecting that Snape is just after Quirrell's job. We later find out that Voldemort was possessing Quirrell's body, and that his head was hiding in Quirrell's turban. What this means is that wherever Quirrell was, Voldemort was as well. Because of this, it should be safe to assume that whatever conversations Quirrell had, Voldemort would have been able to overhear. Snape, who openly disliked Quirrell, cornered him more than once. First, the night that Quirrell let the troll in, and next on the night that Harry broke into the restricted section. Snape says the following to Quirrell while pushing him up against the wall. "You don't want me as your enemy, Quirrell?" To which Quirrell responds, "What do you mean?" "You know perfectly well what I mean," replies Snape. "We'll have another little chat soon, when you've had time to decide where your loyalties lie," he continues. Essentially, what Snape is doing here is threatening Quirrell, and pressuring him into declaring his loyalty to Dumbledore. By doing this, Snape clearly revealed to Quirrell that he himself is loyal to Dumbledore. So, if he did this in front of Quirrell, and Voldemort overheard, which he must have, then why didn't Voldemort further question Snape's loyalty later on? Additionally, I found it interesting that Voldemort never attempted to contact Snape during the Philosopher's Stone. Snape didn't even know that Voldemort was around, and this is interesting given that Snape was once one of the most powerful Death Eaters, and one of Voldemort's loyal followers. Later on, Snape plays the part of a double agent, and shows allegiance to whoever he is surrounded by. But in the Philosopher's Stone, he's quite clearly and quite openly loyal to Dumbledore. So why wouldn't Voldemort kill Snape as soon as he was physically able, or at least have Quirrell attempt to kill him? The answer to this question lies later on in the franchise, in Snape's own words, in The Half-Blood Prince. "I think you next wanted to know," he pressed on a little more loudly, for Bellatrix showed every sign of interrupting, "why I stood between the Dark Lord and the Sorcerer's Stone. That is easily answered. He did not know whether he could trust me. He thought, like you, that I had turned from faithful Death Eater to Dumbledore's stooge. He was in a pitiable condition, very weak, showing the body of a mediocre wizard. He did not dare reveal himself to a former ally, if that ally might turn him over to Dumbledore or the Ministry. I deeply regret that he did not trust me. He would have returned to power 3 years sooner. As it was, I saw only greedy and unworthy Quirrell attempting to steal the stone, and, I admit, I did all I could to thwart him." And that's it for this video. I hope that answers the question for some of you guys who may have been wondering the same thing. Until next time, you're a wizard, Harry!